Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is a DIY that I did. It's a wreath that I made. And I tried to film this, but I don't have anybody to film it for me, so it was extremely hard for me to film this and show you how I did it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try my best to walk you through how I did this. This is probably the easiest wreath to do. It probably doesn't look like it, but I'm telling you, it is super, super easy. So if you guys remember from my previous Michael's haul, I got a work wreath, and I believe this is a 16-inch metal work wreath with these little tinsel ties on them. And the I tried to get one that matched the color of the ribbon and the burlap that I'm working with. So I'm working with burlap, so I wanted to get like a tan brownish color. So as you can see, I have all kinds of different ribbon on here. I have this plain burlap that I got in I believe it was 20 yards, or maybe in 10 yards. And I cut them, I believe this is 5 inches or maybe 6 inches by 10 yards. And I cut them into 10-inch strips. And then I also got this, it's probably a 2.5-inch lace ribbon burlap. And I cut those into 10-inch strips as well. And then I just had this laying around my house. It is a chevron burlap, and I cut that into 10 inches as well. And then the assorted ribbon that I have up here, I dovetailed the end, which how you dovetail it is you fold the ends in half, and then you want to cut from the folded side to the outer edge, and it will give you a dovetail. Now this is wired ribbon, and what I love about wired ribbon is that you can bend it any way that you want. So that I cut into 8 inches, and I believe I used 16 of these, 16 of these, 8 of these, 8 of these, and then 8 of these. And this is probably a 1.5-inch ribbon. 1.5 inch ribbon, and I cut those into 6-inch strips. And then this is just a plain, I believe it's a 1/2-inch orange striped ribbon, and I believe I cut those into 10 inches as well. So what I did is I cut all of my ribbon, and you can see that not every one is the same. So this one has a chevron and this pretty printed ribbon and the polka dotted ribbon, and then this one has this kind of lace ribbon, and I believe this is probably a 2.5-inch ribbon as well. And I dovetailed the end of these as well. Again, you fold it in half and then cut from the folded edge to the outer edge, and it gives you a dovetail. This is also wired as well, and I believe I cut these into 10-inch strips as well. So the first thing you do is cut out all of your ribbon and then lay it all out. And there's 2 rings to this work wreath. There is this outer ring right here, and then this part, this is the inner ring right here. So there are 2 rings, and I believe there are 11 or 10 on this one and 6 on the inner ring. So I laid out all of my ribbon, and I started on the outside ring. And what I did was, I'm going to try and show you this. What I did was I opened up the twist and I layered them. So the first thing that I put in here was my burlap, and then I closed the ribbon back, and I did the burlap all the way around the wreath. And then I went back and I layered it with my lace, and I did some with the lace and some with the burlap, and then closed the tie back up. And then I went back around and added my colored ribbon and my lace ribbon, and then I closed the zip tie back up. Or I'm sorry, the tie back up. And then I went in with my last ribbon, and what I did was I alternated the ribbons. So you see how this one is facing this direction, and then this one is facing this direction, this one's facing this direction, and then the orange one is facing the opposite direction. So I just kind of catty-cornered them when I put them on there, and it made the wreath look full. And then when I was all done doing that all the way around the outside ring, I closed them back up and secured them with a couple of twists. And then you can fluff the ribbon as you need to and make it cover your wreath all the way around. And then I went to the inside ring and did the exact same thing. So this was this was a really, really simple wreath to make. I'm sorry I couldn't film it for you guys. Like I said, this was very hard to film, to show you what I was doing with one hand. And if I sat the phone down like this and did it, you wouldn't have been able to see what I was doing, so it was a little difficult. But anyway, that's how I did it. I'm going to try and make another one of these and have somebody film it for me just so you guys can see. And if you want, you can cut these off. I personally don't want to cut them off. I kind of like the way that it looks. It just adds a little bit more texture and dimension to the wreath. So yeah, that's how I made that one. I have another one that I have made. And this is, I don't know if you guys remember my wreath tutorial that I made, my tulle wreath. It was the frozen one. I did that exact same thing with this one. I cut them into, I believe these are 10-inch strips. They might have been, yes, I believe these were 10 to 12-inch strips, and I just alternated the colors all the way around the wreath, and I gave them a double knot. And then I just took this little J that I got from Michael's, and I hot glued it to this side, kind of at an angle. And then these little starfish that I got from Michael's, I added those on as well. So that's the other wreath that I did, and then I went back and I trimmed up the edges just to make sure that they were even all the way around. And I didn't film this one because I already did a wreath tutorial on it, but if you want to see how I made this one in particular, let me know. I do have to make another one of these soon, so let me know and I will go ahead and make that one for you as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I'm sorry I could not film this, but I'm going to try my best to make another one and film it for you guys and upload it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys later.